Come on. Okay. Yeah, just to stop the transcription and I can go back into that. Right, guys, so if we look at the assignment, now I'm going to do it my normal way. If it works, it doesn't work, let me know. Let's have a glance at the assignment. So, right, so 3A 2025, it is the W. Yep, I have got the right assignment. Right, so the first thing to remember in terms of the assignment, everyone, is that you get 10 marks as Poncella. Please make sure that you get this right. So 5 marks for a decent introduction and conclusion. In terms of your introduction, please make sure that there are 3 parts that I always look for, that you grab my attention in terms of introducing the first overall sentence in the introduction, that you then give me a reason to read further by telling me what you're going to do, and then you will take me on a roadmap, and that will be initially I'll do this, that, and that. Generally, if I see an introduction, I give full marks. If I see a conclusion, but you can see exactly what I can give marks for, and it includes flow of paragraphs, etc., etc. Tone and presentation, yeah, we're looking for a reasonably written report. If you are struggling to write English, guys, let me know. We've got a wonderful writing center, and they make miracles happen. And then just use of resources. In terms of the resources, and we'll talk about this, and I'm pretty sure that your other lecturers have done this already, I am looking for peer-reviewed resources only. We will discuss what peer-reviewed resources are. Can I just see who is your research lecturer? Or have you got various research lecturers, INR S73 something something? Okay, no, okay. So Paula is fantastic. Okay, no, well, you guys all got Paula. That's wonderful news. Okay, no, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right. So in terms of it, obviously read the case study. I'm going to jump just slightly ahead. The one thing that happens at the third year level is that when you answer your questions, you have to give us proper substantiated theory, and also support that theory, make that theory come to life through your application. And that is fairly important. We look for balanced assignments. So every time you give me a bit of theory, show how that theory lives in the context of the case study that was given. So here it's 15-15. Sometimes it leans more towards the application. So please make sure that you have a glance at that. But it is important at the third year level that we blend theory and application. So in terms of the first question, okay, conceptual fit. And when we talk about a conceptual fit, the idea is that the environment that organizations find themselves in is completely insane. And organizations have to somehow magically remain in step with that environment. And by remaining in step with that environment, you have strategic flexibility. So as the environment changes, the organization keeps itself aligned with the environment. There will be moments in time between the organization and the environment where they perfectly match, and that would be strategic fit. So strategic fit is that sweet spot, that purple patch where everything in the organization aligns magically with the external environment. And strategic fit, strategic flexibility is where you maintain that alignment. So let's have a glance at this. So we talk about an inside out and outside in perspective. In terms of my slides, we are looking at learning unit 1. Now, just to show, Control F, my slides work really well for this. So I've just stuck inside into that. Let's see where it takes us. Okay, there's the first mention of the inside out, but there is the slide. So for the first part of question 1, just to go back there, I just want to close that link there. For the first part of question 1, you are looking at learning unit 1, and you're starting at slide 27. So when we look at the inside out perspective, there are some organizations, and we can include Google in that set of organizations, that because of their resources, that because of their inner bits and pieces, because of their capabilities, are able to base their strategies on the stuff that they have inside the organization. So Google will often introduce stuff that the market didn't expect. So when we think of the inside out perspective, it is about designing strategies around, and you can see there, resources, dynamic capabilities, and architecture, goals and values. What are resources? Give me another term for resources. What resources would a company like Google have? They've got fantastic people. They've got fantastic technology. They have wonderful software, human capital, 100%, Jody. I mean, they have an amazing organizational culture. So all of those are your resources. Capabilities allow you to maximize what you can get out of your resources. It's great to have fantastic resources, but if you don't have capabilities, you don't really perform effectively. So capabilities allow you to maximize what you get out of your resources. Dynamic capabilities are those capabilities that help you maintain that kind of strategic flexibility. If you want to write something down, dynamic capabilities are the things that allow an organization to remain relevant, that allow an organization to reinvent itself. I mean, if we think of movie stars, for example, give me examples of movie stars that have dynamic capabilities, that have been around for a long, long time. If you want, you can also put musicians, pop stars, etc., that just seem to reinvent themselves continuously. I'll give you a second to think about it. Cher is 110 years old and she's still singing. Tom Cruise is my age and he's still jumping. Oh God. Johnny Depp is a wonderful. Miley Cyrus is absolutely doing that, Jody. Why Elon Musk? God help us. I think he's gone off the rails. We'll chat about Elon Musk another day, Leanne. Yeah, Adam Sandler, Oprah Winfrey, wonderful examples. Musicians. I always
The
worry about.
weekend.
You go for it.
The weekend.
Who the heck is the Weekend?
So you don't know the
I'm
weekend?
ancient, guys. I know who the Weekend is. When did the weekend start? For me, it's normally on a Friday, but I'm so sorry. Rianta, I think that you say that.
Yes, I did.
Oh gosh, I've never heard of the Weekend. Guys, there goes my rating. I don't think I'm gonna get anything out of less than a 0 out of 5. Any others? Oh my word. I was thinking Metallica, but you guys won't know who Metallica is. The Weekend. Jeez. Sorry, I have to see who the Weekend is. Um, sorry, Rianta. Oh dear. You know when you're just too old for your job? Is that the Weekend? Oh, yes, I know all these. Okay, I'm not going to say another word. Bon Jovi, well done, Leanne. I mean, have been around for a very, very long time. Now you speak about my generation. I'm too scared of thinking of other things. Sorry, Rianta. Kurt Darren, yeah, Kurt has reinvented himself a number of times. Yeah, Kurt is around. He's also must be in his 50s now. And just as those people are able to reinvent themselves, so can organizations. I always think of Nokia. Nokia is not the best example, but Nokia started off manufacturing rubber boots. Okay, Nokia. Yes, I know Nokia is not a player anymore, but they started manufacturing rubber boots. Obviously, they lost their ability to remain relevant. And I mean, what are other companies that didn't have dynamic capabilities? that were major brands that have disappeared. Oh, reinvented is a one. Apple is a wonderful example. BlackBerry, yeah, they thought that everyone would be on that. What's it? BIM. I can't even remember system until WhatsApp happened and WhatsApp said, "Oh, BBM. That's it, Joe. That's it." Any others? I always think of Kodak. What is Ellis? Savannah? Just unmute yourself and tell me what they are. Is it LEs? Savannah, unmute yourself. Okay. TV aerials, oh yeah, gone absolutely. Gold Star, well, Gold Star is a wonderful example of a company that has reinvented itself a number of times. And yeah, LG apparently stands for Lucky Gold Star. Kodak, guys, the other one. Some of you might not even know what Kodak is. And I've now left an extra one. And they are the opposite of being able to reinvent themselves. Okay, so in terms of that, where you take that magic that happens inside the organization and reinvent yourself all the time, absolutely, 100%, Jody. It's called strategic stretch. It's where you stretch your strategies to impress your stakeholders outside the organization. So when we think of the inside out perspective, it really is about keeping the organization aligned with the external environment. The outside in perspective, and guys, the slides that you are looking at are 27, 28, 29, 30. The one thing I have to just mention in terms of the inside out perspective, it is based on the resource-based theory. So when we talk about the resource-based theory, it really is this idea that an organization's competitiveness depends on its resources and its ability to use those resources. So this 20 years ago, I'm going to the resource-based view. 20 years ago, we would have said that competitive advantage means that you are the most, sorry, Anthea's fallen off, means that you are the most competitive industry, the most competitive company in an industry because you are the most profitable. So based on the resource-based view, competitive advantage meant being the most profitable organization in an industry. In terms of the modern definition, it means that you create wealth for your stakeholders. So the resource-based view would argue that competitiveness is based on your resources and your capabilities to use those resources, and those align perfectly with the inside-out perspective. Right, and there's the last one. You can have a look at that, guys. And then the outside in perspective is where you base your strategies on the realities of the external environment. So you track your customers, you track your competitors, you have an ear to the ground in terms of changes in the external environment. Very important is that term there, that you spend a lot of time, energy, and effort on competitive intelligence to build a profile of what the external environment is like. And I think the key to this is finding that industry that you fit with, and then obviously finding a niche within that industry. So when we talk about inside out, outside in, the slides that you are using for that question then are 28, Learning Unit 1, 28 to 34. Guys, can somebody please put that on the WhatsApp group? Let's just see what other questions they have with that one there. Okay, so if you have those slides, the difference between inside out, outside in. Inside out, we base our strategies on our resources. We try and impress with our resources. Outside in, we are very aware of what is happening in the competitive industry that we're in, and we align ourselves. We base our strategies on what customers and competitors are doing and what customers want. Okay. Then you need to read your case study and decide whether it's inside out, outside in. I'm not going to do that for you. But guys, remember, we have a WhatsApp group, and what happens on that WhatsApp group stays on that WhatsApp group. Please, that is the most important rule about my class as well as the WhatsApp group. Please, please, please remember what we share on there stays on there. And that to me is heck of important. Guys, and then, yeah, what else can they do to maintain that strategic link? So it's a bit of application. There is a bit of your own knowledge in terms of, do they get better resources? Do they get better competitive intelligence? No, no, no. Oh gosh. Yeah, Jody. Yeah, I'm a miserable old man when it comes to referencing. It's not 1925 anymore. Please use Zotero. If you don't know how to use Zotero, there are library sessions where they teach you to use Zotero. I don't want any manual referencing whatsoever. Okay, so you will use Harvard Anglia in Zotero, and that's what I'm looking for. Do yourself a favor. This is third year. There's a lot of typing. There's a lot of resources. Don't manually reference. And Anglia with an A. Yeah. Mahir, what
Sorry,
do
so
you
you said how do we learn about that? I think I
the
saw it on
library,
the system.
the library, the library. So get hold of the
Okay.
librarian. Okay, they run library sessions. Okay, I'm a bit surprised that Paul has not told you guys also to use it. Okay,
She mentioned the one in Word,
you can
like
use the
in the
one in
Word.
Word as
Yeah.
well if you want. It's here. I think all of you know it's here. So all you need to do, there it is under references. Go there. You see, this is not great. It's only got those two options. It has to be Harvard. You can't use Anglia. Do yourself Harvard if you want to use the one in Word, do so. But for me, Zotero is a lot better, and you'll see why when you've learned how to do it. What I'll also find, guys, I've got a presentation from our librarian. The moment I get my hands on that, I'll share it. Please remind me tomorrow on the group to get the presentation so I can shove it on the group as well. Okay, she's got a recording on how to use it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, pleasure. Guys, okay, any questions in terms of that one? So we know where the answers are. Textbook, has anyone got the textbook open, the pages in the textbook? I have it here, but I don't know how quickly I'm going to find it. The first person to tell us where inside out, outside in is, tell us. Sorry, I don't check those kinds of details that well.
So I've got on page 25 for the inside out perspective.
Yeah, that's it. So go from page 24, guys, but inside out is on 25, and it will go from 25 till it carries on to 30, yeah, 30, 32. Or just use my slides. Go for it, Carolyn. You don't have to put up your hand, just talk.
Sorry, it was just me telling you the page number.
Oh, sorry. I'm busy checking the textbook and you talking to me. I'm so sorry. Is it Carolyn or Caroline?
It's Caroline.
Oh, your parents obviously influenced by Neil Diamond, yet another person that was good at reinventing himself. And I suppose you guys don't know who Neil Diamond is or what Sweet Caroline is. I'm starting to cry in my tea here. Okay. Everyone okay with that question? Caroline, your hand is still up. No,
Sorry, sir.
remind me tomorrow, silly Billy, whoever's just written on the group. Okay, so we look at the second question, 500 to 600 words. Guys, please be strict around that. I tend to give 10% leeway in terms of those word counts. Okay. Yeah, you can see here peer-reviewed sources. Did they recommend any sources? Because normally they irritate me with their. Okay, yeah, you see, guys, this. Okay, no, that's fine to use. That's fine to use. That's fine to use. That's fine to use. Bianca, that's minus 25%. Okay. Don't worry, I'll give it back to you just by reminding me tomorrow. So you'll end up with 125% for your assignment. Okay, guys, so the second one here is the mission statement. So mission statement, if you've got my slides near, golly, it is Learning Unit 2. No, I lie, it's Learning Unit 3. And then let's just look at the question again. You should be able to just type in mission and you'll find it. I'm now being a little bit silly. Hold on. There it is. Let's just read the question again. Okay, where is that? Okay. What is the purpose of a mission statement? So we are looking at the slides there. Yeah, imagine you can't find it. Okay, so guys, here we are. So it is slides 18, 19, 20, and 21. Okay. So Learning Unit 3, slides 18 to 21. Is that right? Yeah. Learning Unit 3, slides 18 to 21. So purpose of a mission statement. I don't know if I've got that in my slides, actually. Hold on. Can someone tell us in the textbook where that is? So it will be chapter 3. Whoever gets it first, tell us. So
It starts the mission statement, sorry, sir, on page 89.
oh, fantastic. 89, guys. Until, yeah. So 89, I have a feeling that you will have to do a bit of extra research in terms of the purpose, but remember, you've got all those extra textbooks to do that in. So the purpose of a mission statement is to take the vision, which is normally broad and far down the road, to turn it into something more tangible and introduce people to who your intended customers are, who your intended stakeholders are. You have references around how you will look after the natural environment, etc. So generally, the mission statement follows the vision, and it is more specific than the vision, and it starts telling you more what, and you can write this down, what the purpose of the organization is. In French, oh gosh, I'm trying to impress now. It's the reason de, oh, I don't even know if I'm going to spell it, entree. The reason why an organization exists, the purpose of an organization is what a mission statement does. Okay, please don't pay attention to that French. Clearly, my wife has put some alcohol into my tea. So in terms of formulating the mission statement, let's look at the question again. Okay, so here you would analyze Alvest's mission statement. Guys, my suggestion in terms of that is to do it this way. Just create a block, a table. Where is the table? Insert table. I think so you would have, I think, make it 3. And then here we would look at the key elements. So you would look at what it says in Altvest. So the extract from Altvest, here you would look at the criterion that, and my apologies, I'm spelling really badly, criteria for a mission statement. And here you would have a comment in terms of your analysis, and you would have a whole bunch of those. So if we look at this, you would use here. So each mission statement, the ideal mission statement, will have the following components. It will always tell you why the organization's in business. So that is the first criterion that you would put into this block here. So you would put, oh, sorry, you would put that criterion in. So put your criteria down there and then find elements of Altvest's mission statement that refers to that and then do an analysis of it. So the main questions are, why is this organization in business? Every mission statement has to at least have these three components. Must tell us what the product and service is. The one thing about a mission statement, it will never tell you very specifically what the product and service is. So Volkswagen doesn't sell cars. Volkswagen sells the opportunity for you to explore the world. Apple doesn't sell smartphones. They sell instant permanent connectivity to the world. So it's not the actual product, but rather what the product will do. It'll also tell you the primary market. Is it local? Is it regional? Is it national? Is it international? And then it's technology. So when we think of something like Takenlot, their principal technology would be their app, would be online. And then they will talk about the economic goals. So the first question is that, and you need to assess those three elements. And then you would look at the economic goals. You would never mention profitability in a mission statement because it's in bad taste, because your mission statement has to be written in a way that each of your stakeholders, when they read it, would believe that that mission statement was written for them. Customers can't identify with profits. Shareholders can. Right. And you'll talk about their intentions to be around in the long term. The next question is that one, operating philosophy. And it tells us about their beliefs, their values, what they want to achieve, their attitudes towards customers, to the natural environment. And then they'll tell us what their core competencies are. And those are those things that make them special, that make them unique. Google, what makes them unique is their ability to innovate. Apple, what makes them unique is their ability to innovate. And then you will talk about your customers and then how you look at the interests of your stakeholders. Those are your main questions. So I would then look at this mission statement and compare and take extracts from there and place them next to those main questions. If they've not left it out, then you say not mentioned, no comment made, but do an analysis of that. Okay. And then you will have to write your own mission statement for them. In writing your own mission statement, please make sure that you address those main questions, guys. Any questions on that one? We'll talk about the assignment again, obviously. I mean, I just want to get ahead of this game, guys. The intention in my class is that we maintain an 80% average for the assignments. Any questions, comments at this stage? Can I carry on to the next one?
Yes, please. Everything is cool to the side.
Fantastic. Who is nervous at this point in time? Please look at the split, 15-15 equal, okay? Anyone nervous? Your third year, you shouldn't be nervous anymore, guys. Right, so we're looking here at Learning Unit 2, Shared Value, Inclusive Business. Those things have become catchphrases in terms of sustainability, etc. I have a feeling they've based this question on the previous textbook. Let's see. Okay, no, they've covered it again. Okay, there it is. So the slides we're looking at here are Learning Unit 2, slides 16. Now, in terms of shared value, when we think of shared value, it really is this idea that we have an organization that creates wealth for Oh my gosh, you should be nervous, boy. Your lecturer normally, sorry, Bianca, your lecturer normally drinks during class, so you might not even be getting accurate information. No, you shouldn't be nervous. Okay, so in terms of shared value, the first thing to remember is the modern definition of competitive advantage is creating wealth for your shareholders, or wealth creation for your stakeholders, not shareholders, for your stakeholders. So our measures of sustainability, our measures of success is whether we are creating wealth for our full set of stakeholders, whether it's communities, whether it's customers, whether it's employees, whether it is our shareholders, we create wealth for them. So when we talk about the kind of benefits, it's when an organization makes profits, but makes profits in a way that the full gambit of stakeholders will benefit. Inclusive business is where we start looking at our business and we ask ourselves the question, which stakeholders have we been ignoring? Are there stakeholders that we've left out of our plans? Now, in terms of South Africa, a lot of BEE type initiatives will be put into that, where you've excluded previously disadvantaged suppliers from your supply chain. And here you would then start bringing those individuals in, again with the intention around wealth creation. Okay. And then, yeah, so you can see, I just want to see the question again. Okay, so the concept there, you have that, and then you have to evaluate whether Altvest does that, whether they create wealth, whether they've started including additional stakeholders previously excluded. Okay, so in terms of that, the ways of creating shared value, the first one is to redefine productivity in your supply chain. I mean, it's silly things, guys, such as having a supply chain set a software that allows you to travel once instead of traveling 3, 4 times to the same area. It is about making sure that we re-look at efficiencies within our supply chain, how we get the inputs to our organization, how quickly we get our products to our customers and efficiently. Local cluster development. Local customer development, we see multi-choice do that. What multi-choice will do is when they move into, oh, Anthea is struggling to stay on. Anthea, you okay? Okay, so when multi-choice moves into a new country, what they will do is they'll form local partnerships with local installers. And the thinking is that if you appoint one installer, that installer could then employ local people from that area. And it creates its own sort of economy and promotes the economy of different areas as multi-choice moves into those. And then reconceiving products and markets. I think we sometimes have left out those people that are at the bottom of the pyramid, the poorest of the poor. And we've seen how people have repurposed, for example, laptops or repurposed tablets that assist the poorest of the poor to break their poverty cycle. And then, oh my golly, what is, just to move on, guys, and then just you can see what we mean by productivity. So we look at our value chain, we look at efficiencies within that value chain, and that also includes efficiencies within the transformation process in the organization. And then also trying to avoid additional costs, the example that I've given already, traveling once, and then just the idea of becoming more efficient. And that could be having your own panels, efficient lighting, etc. And then also the idea of developing local suppliers, because local suppliers don't have all the transport costs. Okay. And that cluster development, yeah, the multi-choice example that I've given there. So guys, the answer there is Learning Unit 2, slides 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. And remember the blend of application and theory, 15, 15. Okay. Right. Any questions at this stage? I'll spend the rest of the session on the assignment if you want to ask anything. And while we do that, I'm going to just quickly upload the slides onto the WhatsApp group. So just give me a second. Okay. Guys, I can't see what you're typing, so I've got my WhatsApp group open here. Just give me a fraction of a second here. Okay, the slides are on the WhatsApp group. They're busy loading at this stage. Go for it, Kelly.
Hi sir, what time does this lecture end?
1:30.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much.
We've got time, guys. We have got time to chat. I don't want to start a new lecture that's going to be silly to do that. Go for it, Bianca.
So, sir, you
Mm.
mentioned that when answering a question, it should be a good balance between application and theory. So, let's say
Yeah.
a question counts like 5 marks. Would you recommend us doing 2 marks for theory and then 3 marks for application?
Yeah, no, you'll never have that. Even in the exam, the rubric looks like this. So they will always tell you you need to spend that much in terms of theory and that much in application. So even the exam rubric is a duplicate of this. Okay.
Okay.
The main difference with the exam is that it favors application in terms of over theory. We will have a very good idea of what the exam looks like, guys. I promise you that. I promise you
Okay,
that.
and
Mm.
then we used to have like NSS sessions. Is that still happening before an exam?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The only
Okay.
difference is I do the NSSs, but we won't have a session. I just do an NSS recording because it takes away. But guys, you have me. So me, I am the NSS, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Right, no problem. So I might even share this one as an NSS for the assignment, to be honest with you. Okay. Anyone else? I'm going to stop the recording in case we want to chat about anything.
So,
I don't. Yeah, go for it, Reza.
so specifically to the exam, we should more look at the case study given and more rely on that instead of just giving what's in a textbook. So more application and theory,
So
especially in the
let
exam.
me, okay, let me do this quickly. Hold on. So these were exams from last year. Um, is this test exam prep? Let's look at 2024. So let's just see if this is it. Okay, so those were the questions. Hold on a second. I just want to do this. Okay, so your exam will look like this. They will give us case studies, and then what we do based on that, I then create sets of questions. And then, yeah, if I'm really nice, I'd tell you the answers as well, but I might not do that this year. I'm sorry, can I just do the second semester? I know where those are, and I'll find them very, very quickly. He says, okay, semester 2. So this is exactly, they gave us this. Okay, they gave us that. Okay, and on the basis of that, I then recommended those questions. Included in that, I'm now trying to find an exam rubric. You'll get that from me. So, and we're normally pretty accurate with that, guys. We're normally pretty accurate. I'm trying to find one where there's a rubric included. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, not so great. No, definitely not that. Sorry, I'm going to stop recording because I'm sounding like a complete buffoon right now. Not that I care about sounding like an idiot, to be honest
Okay.
with you.
So